What does this look like for a regular person? Here is the framework. Step 1. Know the difference between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt costs you money and buys you nothing that appreciates. Car loans, credit card balances, personal loans for vacations. Avoid these. Good debt puts borrowed money into something that returns more than it costs. Real estate, business investment, education that demonstrably increases your income. These are tools. The question to ask about every debt, is this going to make me more money than it costs me? If yes, that is leverage. If no, that is a trap. Step 2. Build your credit intentionally. Your credit score is not just a number, it is your cost of borrowing. Someone with an 800 credit score borrowing $300,000 for a rental property pays dramatically less in interest than someone with a 650 score. Over a 30-year mortgage, that difference can exceed $100,000. Every point on your credit score has a dollar value. Treat it like the asset it is. Step 3. Only borrow when the return beats the cost. The wealthy do not borrow recklessly. They borrow precisely. If a loan costs 7% and the investment returns 12%, they borrow. If a loan costs 7% and the return is uncertain, they wait. Leverage amplifies gains, but it also amplifies losses. The discipline is in knowing which situation you are in. Before you sign anything, here is the part most of these conversations leave out. Leverage is not magic. It is a multiplier, and multipliers work in both directions. The 2008 financial crisis was a leverage crisis. Millions of people borrowed to buy homes they assumed would keep appreciating when prices dropped. The leverage that was supposed to make them wealthy instead wiped them out completely. The wealthy survive downturns because they hold cash reserves, diversify across asset classes, and never borrow more than their assets can absorb if prices drop 30%. So before you borrow a single dollar to invest, make sure your emergency fund is solid, your consumer debt is gone, and you have genuinely stress-tested the downside. Leverage used correctly is the most powerful wealth-building tool available to ordinary people. Leverage used carelessly is how ordinary people lose everything. The wealthy do not avoid debt. They have just learned to use a completely different kind. While most people spend their lives trying to get out of debt, the wealthy are strategically getting into it. Into real estate, into business, into assets that grow, while borrowed money does the heavy lifting. The gap between those two groups is not talent. It is not luck. It is not even income. It is information. And now you have it.